Hello. How's everybody doing? You guys are all doing good. Congratulations on first, Pixel Phantom. Thank you for the daily check-in. And congrats on third, Kilos. Thank you for the daily check-in. Now we just need to wait to see who will claim second. Dude, good news. My mouth is almost fully healed. Ugh. That bitch took way too long to heal up. We're chilling for a bit. I will say though, I feel like the next time I bite my cheek is when I genuinely consider getting that wisdom tooth removed. Like the next time if it develops into something like this again, then maybe I'll actually consider it. For now, like, you know, we're procrastinating it. Hey, what's up, Red? We're getting there again. Thank you for the 7 consecutive streams watched. I appreciate that. Because I have to consider the fact that whenever if I'd inject CO2 in a stomach for class. Ooh. Hello, Infame. Welcome in. You got a question? Depending on what it is, I may have an answer. I guess as long as it doesn't break any TOS or anything like that. You know, a streamer always flinches the moment somebody who's like somebody comes in with immediately, I have a question. That's like immediately. What, do I have a crack in my chest? That's personal. It's personal information. The model has it. Is basically the answer. The model. It's a paid for model. It's not like something I've commissioned. Got it from I don't remember. I think it was it Coffee? Coffee? Got it from there. It has that. The original idea behind my OG PNG, which has it, was because it wasn't as much of a crack and more of like a glowing spot, because it kind of akins to Safi'jiiva from Monster Hunter World, my spawn, where when he powers up and goes super critical, the chest starts glowing. And because my VTuber model's vaguely based off of Safi'jiiva, just different colored, that's where it comes from. There you go. Lore lesson. Lore history model things with Phantom. It's like someone broke my heart. That's sad. It'd be a bit high up for heart though. Like, the heart would realistically be somewhere like below my like left pectoral area. My left, rather than like you guys' left, right? So it'd be more like somebody broke my lungs, I suppose. Just open that up and like yoinked them out. Congrats on second, 740. What's up, Azure? Again, is that every time I lose the 50-50, the crack gets bigger? It's fate and humanity. True, could be that. I like that. Fortunately, there's a fair few 50-50s I've won on stream, so... Also, why are you playing the... Why are you playing the Firefly thing? You trying to make me cry? The hell, man? Just heals has got balance? True. Balance in all things, you know? How's your day been, 740? Dude, I've been playing a lot. Dude, I've been playing more and more Pokemon Champions. I'm in Ultra Ball tier right now. I think I'm like Ultra Ball rank 3 or something like that. We're gaming, dude. Ultra Ball? You very clearly what I have heard what I said. Would you like me to be American? An Ultra Ball! Ball! How's the game? Honestly, really fun. It's actually really fun. So, it's buggy. I'll say, I agree. However, I've come round on the limited Pokemon pool and limited item pool. You know why? It actually kind of makes, like, it kind of forces you to lock in, low-key. It kind of forces you to actively think about the stuff you do. It's quite traditional in the sense that you can hop in, get some of the ideas and metas in your brain quite quickly, and you can play from there. Work with what you have. Yeah. It's also allowed Pokemon that typically aren't rated that highly to be quite useful because they are like your next best options. So honestly, my real opinion is that it's actually pretty good right now. I've been having fun with it. Now, I am looking forward to more things being added. But I actually am not as disappointed with it as I was initially. Now, keep in mind, I wasn't super disappointed in it from the get-go, unlike some people online were. But I was like quite skeptical. And in the time that I've played it, I've actually come to enjoy it a fair bit. Now, there are still some there's still some weird bullshit that sometimes happens, and there's bugginess, for sure. Fortunately, I haven't encountered much, but I've seen a fair few clips, and to that end, I get the annoyance, because that is annoying. But in terms of just the game as is right now, it's a good starting point. As long as they keep doing more stuff. And as they add stuff, I'm curious to see how the game develops. Because I imagine they're probably going to be slowly adding more and more stuff with each wave, adding lots of new Pokemon and items. For example, Unnerve, an ability that stops Pokemon from eating berries. There are some instances where some people are actually running it. Because berries are very common items to run due to the lack of items. For example, Citrus Berry, which lets you like heal a bit after you get knocked down low. It's basically a better Oran Berry. And people are genuinely like running that stuff. It's like considered one of the better items. Now, is it a bit bare bones? Yeah. But as far as things go, I think it's, you know, do you have to work with what the game gives you by itself, or can you transfer from other games or Pokemon Home? Yeah, you can transfer. There's a set Pokemon list that is available in the game. It has its own Pokedex at the moment, but you can transfer in any Pokemon from Pokemon Home. It will also retain the moves that are available in the game, because some moves aren't available yet. And you can also retain its stats. So say it's IV trained, or IVs aren't in the game. Say it's EV trained, it will maintain its EV training, for example. And it's nature. It's highly encouraged that you use Home. There is kind of like a gacha system that you can use for Pokemon. It's called recruiting. And basically you can spend some in-game currency stuff, not real currency to my knowledge, to basically give you a set of like, I think 8 Pokemon or so, something like that. And yeah, some of them can be shiny, by the way. I actually found a shiny from one of the recruitments. Now, it was a shiny Stunfisk Galarian form, so a little bit disappointing, but you can get shinies from it, and I got one, so I'll take it, I guess. Ironically enough, you'll never guess what team I've struggled the most against at the moment in while climbing the ranked ladder. The teams that I've struggled the most with thus far were Mega Chimecho and Frigoraph teams. Unironically, those are the teams that I have lost the hardest against. Would you believe that? And yes, I said Farigiraf, not Girafarig, because it has an evolution. But yeah, dude, that combination, pain in my ass, dude. I think it's an evolution, right? Yeah, it's an evolution. Normal Psychic is a pain a real pain because it gets rid of its weakness to Ghost by making it immune to Ghost type moves. So powerful Pokemon that would typically counter it maybe. Like Frostlass, which has got Ghost stuff and are currently quite meta. One of my favorites to use. Can't do anything to it because, you know, normal Ghost immunity. So mad that your first natural shiny you ever found was a fucking Heatmore? Truly. Goated Pokemon. And if stuff ain't like Showdown and you run into little Timmy with 6 Arceus in their team, yeah, I believe it. Yeah, I haven't played singles though. I've only played doubles. Doubles seems to be the better system to me. If you want to have some fun with some weird shit, you play singles. Doubles, competitively speaking, is better. It's more balanced. Which makes sense because it's also used as the official thing you play, right? So you know. Bam. I'm really curious to see how things develop with the game. But yeah, the thing that's kind of like messed me up is Trick Rooms. Because I use a very basic setup with Tailwind. And then this happened a while back, and I haven't emotionally recovered from it since. I was going in confident. I had all of the Pokemon counters. I had like the perfect setup that I wanted. You know, I set up a Tailwind. I used Earthquake with my Garchomp. It like knocked both of those Pokemon down by half. And then fuck-ass uses Trick Room. Now, I hadn't accounted for Trick Room, so I couldn't undo it by using a Trick Room of my own. And I couldn't do shit. His full team outsped mine. And his Farigiraf, Chimecho, Mega basically just swept my team. Nothing I could have done. Awful. How often you run into Trick Room? A fair bit. If I'd say 80% of the time somebody's running either Trick Room or Tailwind, especially once you get further in. Rarely you sometimes get people who don't run it. And even if the people who don't run it, especially once you get to like mid-high Great Balls to Ultra Ball tier, you start getting people who will just have it as an option in your thing. Gotta consider putting a couple of slow boys on your team then? Well, that's the thing, is you can only use 4 Pokemon in duos. You get to take 6 Pokemon as an option, and then 4 of them you get to choose before the battle because you see each other's lineups and you go, okay, that means I'm selecting this Pokemon, this Pokemon, this Pokemon, this Pokemon. And you kind of have to like rock, paper, scissors it a little bit, which makes it kind of interesting. That's weird. It's not as weird as you think. Essentially, I set up a team of 6. Why not all 6? Because it allows you to do some... I don't know the actual technical reason, but I have to imagine it's for Pokemon specifically, so that you're pushed to make more clever decisions, so that you have to choose better. Because with 6 Pokemon, you can basically full counter almost anything. You can cover practically anything if you want. Having 4 Pokemon only be selectable forces you into making a decision of what team you want to run, rather than being a cover-all team. It means that once you've selected your 4, there will be a weakness of sorts. And that's part of it, because you have to kind of guess that weakness of your opponent as well, as you're selecting. So you want to try and cover the bases you can, while still, Me when some doofus uses Trick Room and I pull out Regigigas. Nice try, slow start is still trash. Counterpoint, Galarian Wheezing. Neutralizing gas. It disables abilities. Regigigas hits like a truck. Where's the image? There's a meme that somebody made. It's really good. Yeah. Hold on. My favorite. Dude, I'm telling you, Pokemon, actual professional Pokemon game players, or I shouldn't say professional, competitive Pokemon players have some of the best memes. It is like my little source of joy in the world is some of the memes people make while playing competitive Pokemon. It's genuinely insane. Yeah. Regigigas still isn't like the best, and it you know, but it's fun, you know, if you pop in the neutralizing gas. A hazard still a thing in that game, or nah? Meaning usable hazards, as in Stealth Rock and whatnot. Yeah, they're viable. Of course they are. They're not. I don't think they're like giga meta. It's not like you absolutely have to use them. But situationally they can be pretty good. Especially, for example, you know, Stealth Rock's really good if they're running some flying mons and stuff like that. Poison. What's it called? Toxic spikes can be pretty useful in some cases as well, because it basically just forces them to maybe play a little bit quicker. It's not the be all end all, but it's pretty good. Anyway, let me hop in. What's up, Yule? Your bones ache? Why do your bones ache? Oof, ouch, my bones. Charizard pulling out some Stealth Rock. Yeah, especially because Charizard is, especially Charizard Y, which keeps its flying and fire and flying typing, is pretty meta right now. People will run it with Sun. Heat Wave Sun Charizard is the go-to a lot of people. Are we doing my champions? Yeah. All right, we're in. Last time we set off and we beat the gym. What's up, Bria? Thank you, Zio. Last time we beat the Artisan gym, as well as located the Cliff Titan. Now we're heading over to the desert, slowly but surely, to maybe face the Quaking Earth Titan. There you go. After which we will go and fight our first Starfall member. Do we actually have anybody to counter that guy? I just realized. I don't think we do. Oh, Pormo might... Actually, does Pormo... Yeah, Pormo has some fighting moves. Pormo will work. It'll do. Have you also been playing Champions Yule? I've seen some T-Tars running Thunder to obliterate Pelipper. Yes, I saw a specific meme of that. Pelipper's a great example, ow, of a Pokemon that has seen a lot of usage due to the limited usage pool. It's been really cool. Essentially, it's one of the only Pokemon that has Drizzle. I think the other one is Politoed or something like that, right? So not particularly enticing as an option. Still usable. But because Pelipper also has Tailwind, Pelipper's a pretty solid starter to set up with. Bam. I've been enjoying Champions more than I thought I would. Ooh. Been playing. Don't know much about competitive since I literally just started with the release champions. I'm running a Snow team as of now. As of Snow. With Frostlass. It's a pretty good team. Honestly, it's the... I'm running Mega Frostlass as well. That's one of my most used ones. What rank are you at? Lots of Rockruffs. Oh, I haven't encountered one yet. Let's... Thrust. Killed it. Should have its chip damage returned to match the Sandstorm. No. The reason is they've changed it. And initially, because that's what Hail was. What it does now is it boosts Ice types resistances. I actually really like this currently because it means that rather than it being a chip damage thing, it means that Frostlass is more tanky. Which I prefer as an alternative to Hail. Personally, at least. Hold on. Jesus? What's up, Azure? Makes it hard to hit on Snow? In its base form, yeah. Let's see. Imagine. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is that initially it's kind of awkward. Why is it always a Skiddo? Oh, I did not mean to dig. I accidentally just spammed click. Let me end this fight. Snow boost, snow evasion boost. Ominous wind, all boost. The thing is with Frostlass is that typically she isn't that strong just because she's quite frail. and it would take a while to get the snow set up. But with Snow Warning, being its ability when it Mega Evolves, and then being able to immediately Blizzard is really good, because Blizzard has 100% accuracy in Snow. Yippee! See. I mean, I just think that Snow's really strong just because it allows Blizzard to be 100% hit rate now. I feel like I understand that mechanically, individually, Snow does less, but that alone is massive. That's why Rain is also so scary, because it also makes it so that things like Thunder are guaranteed hit. I think Hurricane as well. And just because of that, I understand Snow maybe doing less individually, because you can out of that do more. I'm gonna need to repeat it, yeah. I'm saying that while individually Snow is weaker than Sandstorm, I think it is a fair trade-off, largely because Blizzard is a sure hit. 100% hit rate in Blizzard, and I don't think Sandstorm has anything else with that. So if you were to add chip damage to Snow as well, which I'm gonna be real, I'm not even that big of a fan of it. The chip damage as a whole, I don't think it's that strong. I think it usually ends up being more annoying than useful, personally. Unless you're specifically running a ground, rock, or steel team. But Snow, you know, giving that 100% accuracy boost to Blizzard is already kind of crazy. IMO. Because then I'm gonna check if there's any moves that get accuracy boost with Sandstorm. I don't think there is. I think some people suggested that maybe like Stone Edge gets full accuracy, but to my knowledge, no moves get 100% accuracy with Sandstorm. Because could you imagine? It means that there's like Focus Sash is useless then. Blizzard's your team. They Focus Sash. Oh, but Hail hits them. They're dead. Which feels a bit... You can't... It feels a bit too strong. Ice type Weasel. Okay. Dude's quick too. Three times, nice. It's an interesting attack animation. Obtained 2000 LP. I had a nasty Articuno with Snow Warning back in Gen 4. Also had Ancient Power, so always felt good with the Omni Boost. If the Omni Boost procs. Can I say something? This actually happened earlier today. I was actually oh, hey, there's the guy. I was actually in a match earlier today, and it was my Garchomp and Whimsicott. Versus a Mega Floette. So this thing could nuke me. To be fair, I still had my, I had yet to, I had Tailwind, and I had yet to Mega Evolve my, Frostlass. So, I did have some options. It wasn't that tough of a game to win from that stage on. But I still had my my Garchomp out, which would have died for sure. My Whimsicott was pretty low too. And I Rock Slided this guy's team. It was a Mega Floette and somebody else. I don't remember who exactly it was. I think he had his own Whimsicott. And I shit you not, I flinched this Mega Floette with Rock Slide twice in a row. The person immediately forfeited afterwards. It was so funny. Because my idea was, I want to Rock Slide it to get it low, so that it can maybe die by one Blizzard. Because this thing was ramping up. It calm-minded earlier and everything. And I was like, you know? And lo and behold, it gets double flinched. This person was so pissed. Probably thought you were hacking? Probably not. They probably were well aware that I got really lucky. Because the game's just out, so I imagine there's not many hackers. Certainly not ones that can just manipulate things like that. There's plenty of people that probably are using spawned-in Pokemon, I will say. Like, I understand that there are definitely people who go around and are like, oh yeah, let me just use my, my Shiny Farm team. Little cause the amount of times I've seen Pokemon live at 1 HP. To be fair, that kind of can just happen. That happened to me as well. Actually, my Mega Frostlass lived an attack that probably should have one-hit KO'd me with 1 HP exactly. That person must have been real tilted as well when that happened, because I immediately Blizzard afterwards and won. I would be pissed. Bam. Tadbulb. C-bomb. Got his ass. That would have pissed me off if I were in the reverse, for sure. But yeah, no, it was a very lucky win on my end. In that case, but yeah. Just in powerful coverage against fire types. Be that or water balls, so I don't want to chance to confuse by chance. Oh yeah, ancient power just is, I'd say, a safer option. Only difference would be the ground type, I guess, which you already have covered with the ice, you know? So you don't really want to, rare is the situation where you want to whip out a ground type against a flying ice type, you know? So I get it. Oh, he can't swim yet. I forgot. We'll have to return there later. It just feels weird. Some people have also been bugs where the opponent will somehow proc their items. There it is. Like the focus items. I mean, we'll see. Could be. But I feel like I would feel, I don't know, I'd feel like I was coping if I hit an enemy and it's like, oh, it lived with 1 HP. I'd feel like I was like baby raging if I said, it glitched. I prefer to just go with the angle of like, yeah, you know, that's just how it is sometimes. Unless it was genuinely egregious. Like if my Mega Frostlass Blizzard did not kill a Garchomp without a Focus Sash or something like that, you know? Do I already have the Duck type? I always forget. Ghastly. Hey, bud. God, I always get so sad when I see Ghastly. I'm like, oh, Gengar! And then I realize, ugh, I'm gonna have to trade some shit. But it was a Dragon type? I mean, well, yeah, that can happen. Is it a 4x weak Dragon type? I mean, even if it was a Dragonite, if it Megas, has the scale thing. So it doesn't take as much it doesn't take as much super effective damage. So if it was built bulky, then it can live that. Because it specifically takes less damage than it normally would from super effective when it's megad. Which Pokemon was that? Because you can live super effective moves. It just needs the Pokemon to be built bulky. Oh. Yo, Phantom. So from what I gathered, the Open Sky Timeless are on this mountain. I do not want to fight this one. Is the Mono Dragon team? Yeah. Yeah. No, I specifically mean in cases where, for example, you have a damage-built Pokemon that does do a lot of damage in a favorable situation and hits somebody with a 4x move with a very strong attack. Yeah. In that scenario, I would be like being a bit sus. 2x is not enough for a guarantee. Altaria? Well, I can't speak on that. Alteria's 4x weakness? That it is. But I'd have to just believe you in that. Get it in. Was it Megad? Rockruff. Base. And you're sure it wasn't running a Focus Sash, huh? I don't know. I feel like I'd need to see it, but like I realize that I'm just being doubtful here. And that's probably not fair. If you saw what you saw, then you saw it, you know? I'm sure there can be glitches that happen. But if you're certain it was an Altaria, that was the one that lived. If so, there wasn't a visual proc. I'm not sure there is a visual proc for Focus Sash items. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, though. Right, this is the sky dude. We're not fighting. We're going past that. I'd say I'd wager Occam's Razor here. It's more likely that the game sometimes just fails to mention that a focus item procced, rather than it giving the effect of a focus sash item on a Pokemon that doesn't have a focus sash item. Just by the fact that coding-wise, that it's an easier mistake to make. Or that's a more simple bug to happen. Because I've had a couple, goodness me, I've had a couple of instances where it hasn't properly explained something that happened that makes sense anyways afterwards. I'm like, oh right, that's probably what happened, and it just failed to tell me properly. What did the Altaria even do? What was its purpose on the team? Tailwind? I mean, if it's Tailwind, then it would make sense for it to have a sash item on it. Because that way you can guarantee that it gets the Tailwind off, even if it gets fucked. Because unlike, because it doesn't get Prankster. Oh, I can still rest by the dude. Because that's why Pokemon such as Whimsicott are so good, is because Prankster Tailwind ensures that it goes off before anything else. Speaking of, how about barriers, light screen and such? What's the meta in champions? Honestly, not many. I have not seen too many people setting light screen and barrier so far. Now that might be just the tiering that I'm in. But thus far, it's predominantly Trick Room, Tailwind with a little bit of occasional hazards. I have seen a barrier usage, though. Aerodactyl is good for Tailwind. I actually used it myself before I got a Whimsicott. It's especially because if you give it a Megastone, you can quite easily pivot into it being a DPS, like a DPS, an actual like attacking Pokemon too, rather than just being support. And obviously you can just spam stab rock slides, which is nice. Maybe get the occasional cheeky I'm sure if you see bomb. Rotom Wash. Earthquake Discharge. Sure. Though I've not run into too many instances where I'll want to use Discharge. I guess for a rain start with Basculegion. And Pelipper. But then again, in that case, I wouldn't really want Garchomp out for the Earthquake. But still, no, that's good. Can't any Rotom use Discharge? Or is it Ice Fang? I think he's Curlier. Damn it, outspeed. It lives with one. That's messed up. Here you go. Maybe it's holding the focus out. Could you imagine? And just, I know that it was not full health anyway, but like, you know. Before anybody tries to actually me. Especially with the Pokemon fan base. I feel like there are a few fan bases that are like as desperate to actually someone as the Pokemon player base. Maybe certain D&D DMs are also that way. Mega Frostlass Mamoswine. Oh, you're going full. Where is he? Is he on the sign? He is. You've a full ice team. Okay. I'm assuming you have a very bad time if they throw out like Charizard, Y, and Talonflame teams, huh? What's a Wattrel? This one is actually pretty good. Pokemon for the Terra Electric Wattrel. Because I think fire can kill practically everything in your team. You know, it does kill everything in your team. If you don't outspeed. Yeah, unfortunately. Wait, what rank were you? Did you mention? Still early on. That's fine. You're ungrateful. Okay. Yeah. So the problem you'll probably face is you might run into people who will always have speed control. You'll probably start running into people who will have Trick Room, or also Tailwind, and when that happens, it gets pretty rough, and you'll start needing to diversify, because that's what happened to me. Is I kind of I started hitting some fights that I didn't win, because I was mainly up until mid-high Great Ball, I was winning every fight. I think I was like on like a 7 game like win streak. But the moment like the moment an actual strategy came in, I was like, oh. There you go. There you go. Terra Electric Watchel. Pretty good, actually. But, I mean, I think that's part of the beauty as well, because in Champions, it's very easy to be like, okay, that didn't work. Let me readjust my team. Let me think of some new stuff to do. Let me think up some new strategies. Let me think up some counters and stuff. And then you can go right back into it, basically. Which I think is a really cool part of it. I sometimes feel like my eyes are garbage. Like, I'll see a Pokemon and I'm like, what is that? Until I look a bit closer, or I get closer and I'm like, ah, yes, okay, gotcha. Because Talonflame can also set, Tailwind. You have a team you wanted to use, but only two of the team available right now? What team did you want to use? Ori? The Birds? Yeah, Oricorio. Gotcha. Are they... How strong are they in a 2v2 format, actually? I know they can be pretty good in singles. Especially if you let them set up. No clue about... Do I have a Mankey? I should probably get a Mankey. With other mons with dance moves? That I can imagine, actually. Do I have quick balls? I have one. Yeah, I have a quick ball. Rogers! Thank you so much for the raid. Can we get a shout out going, please? What's up, Kilos? Long time no see. It's been ages since I've seen you, Kilos. Decades, perhaps. You playing Yu-Gi-Oh? Whoa. I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh is one of those things that I know about, and I've watched some of the anime stuff, but I never actually have seen or played the actual video games for it. Is that a Mad Cargo? Okay, no, it was just an angle of a Charcadet. I thought it would have been a Charcadet. You're so small! Duelists of the Roses. We're just talking about Pokemon Champions at the moment. Yasmin. Pidgeotto. I forget, what level does Curly evolve into Gardevoir in? I think it's a level thing, right? Yeah, level 30. Because you need a Dawnstone on a male Curlier for Gallade. I feel like they need to do something for Gallade. I feel like Gardevoir at the moment kind of is just the better option. what with them having access to fairy typing and whatnot. Tink-a-tink. I'll swap. She's Fletchender. Never beat it, and now you understand. Hell yeah. A Duran evolution? That is also true. Duran... I think a lot... There's a lot of universe single evolutions that probably should get something. Because, like... I don't know, like, a lot of them are quite underwhelming. They're, like, really strong for when you get them. Other than Heatmore and Durant. Because you get them at towards the end. And by then, you know, they're kind of useless. Bam. What's another good example of something that doesn't evolve that... probably should. There's one more trainer that I'm missing? God damn it. I do think Druddigan should get something. Maybe not an evolution. But I think maybe a Mega or a regional variant that has like different typing stuff and maybe some different stat distribution. Because I think having its stat distribution combined with being a monotype does take away from it a bit. Electric Ori, Volcarona, Lilligant, Torkoal, and I think Flamigo. And Arboliva. Okay. Interesting. Dunsparce. I'm low-key kind of sad that the Dunsparce isn't strong. Maybe at some point we'll get a third evolution that is strong. But I always like the idea of Dunsparce being able to evolve into something that's really powerful. I.e., like, you know... Well, you know, one of those Pokemon that is useless for a while until it gets really strong. I think that's what, like, most people are kind of hoping for. Now, the Dunsparce is really funny. But it's a shame that it... doesn't deliver on that fantasy. You know? What do you mean I can't ride Miraidon here? There you go. Anything cool up here? Oh, there's ruins and whatnot. We can explore that. Can I? Have I fought a Numel before? I have not. Sukosa. Interesting. I've never really run gimmick teams. They never were really my thing. Like the main gimmick being like a specific. I usually preferred broad teams, which means that certain teams just beat me. But you know, I could maybe outplay other setups. For example, I do have Gengar, and anytime I've run Gengar, it's been actual DPS Gengar, because I do not want to perish trap someone. I think it's kind of lame. Personally. So I avoid the perish trapping. Ra-ta-ta-dum. Is it bug type? Or another electric? It is bug type. Holy gimme ghoul? Yeah. How many coins do we actually have now? Is it here? We have 78. We're getting there. Only like 920 to go. Ah, no. Oh my god. There you go. Set up for free because of Dancer. If its partner sets up the same, same with the enemy if they de-dance or quiver dance. Okay. The humble fake out opening. The humble Incineroar. Hate that Pokemon. Incineroar pisses me off, dude. I now understand why the VGC community, oh my god, has always hated Incineroar. I get it now. Hell, they got rid of this dude's U-turn and they got rid of U-turn and knockoff from Incineroar in this instance. And he is still an absolute bastard to play against. He's still the most used Pokemon, I'm fairly certain. And guess what the single Pokemon is that I have not found yet? An Incineroar. Right now, the main Pokemon that I'm hoping to find are Kingambit and Incineroar. Depending on how long it takes, I might even find a Kingambit in this before I find one in the game, but you know. You don't think Fake Out would affect the extra moves? I mean, Fake Out can interrupt the person who wants to do, like, set up with stuff, no? Can I backwards jump up here? Because you can just essentially immediately stop somebody from doing anything. Did it just teleport me back down? It did. I am so mad. We should fight that guy as well. Fake Out is genuinely really stupid because you can essentially deny somebody an entire like opening with an. I've actually been really tempted to maybe set up Fake Out on my what's he called? Sneasler. And start opening with Whimsicott Sneasler. Though, even then I don't really need to. I don't even need to open the Sneasler. Whimsicott Sneasler opening doesn't really change much, usually, because... Unless... Yeah, no, Sneasler with Tailwind usually will just mean they win. So I could theoretically use it in a scenario where, for example, I'm fighting against somebody who I think is gonna Trick Room. And I can use that maybe to deny them a Trick Room for a turn. What's up, Hetty? How's it going? Did you have a good time in... Starrel? Wait. Yeah, Starrel, I think you fully finished. I'm not sure if I was there when you fully finished. I might have been actually. No, I was there when you fully finished. There you go. I remember. Did you have a good time nonetheless? I'm liking the new Star Wars story. Are you ready for the new stuff in a week? Nope. Well, have you had a good day? Is everything chill? Have I fought the Swablu yet? I have not. Yep, hell yeah. Good vibes and shit. Was your day off? Hell yeah. I just realized Fletchender with acrobatics is probably going to be my like nuclear weapon for now. I always forget how strong acrobatics is. Where's... There it is. There you go. Goblin? Yeah, I just killed it. Murder. The fuck made that sound? What was that? Awful sound. A clear amulet. Ooh. Ooh. You go back to the game too? I'm playing it again because I got a Switch 2 now. And I can play it as intended, finally. That's the beauty of it. La 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 la. LR is waiting for you? LR? Cassiopeia. You named your Pokemon after the Lost Returnees, guys? Hey, don't be sad. Don't be sad that it's over. Be happy that it happened, you know? Cassiopeia here. I see you're getting close to one of the Team Star bases. I take it this means you decided to join my operation? I guess so. Thank you. With this, you're officially a member of Operation Starfall. Hold on a second. I love Digimon. Hey, Jamie. Oh, you've somebody who looks very familiar. Does this Operation Starfall of yours have room for one more member? What? What, you? The name is Clive. Clive! Come to me, Ifrit! Ben Starr, what the hell? Oh, and how long have you been spying on us? No need to get your hackles raised. I'm a pal of our mutual friend here, isn't that right, Phantom? I guess, maybe? Yeah, haha, shy as ever I see. We're talking about going up against Team Star here. It's not something you can join in for fun. I'm well aware. I just need to sort out some unsettled business with Team Star, that's all. Besides, I tend to get the job done well. Not that you can take my word for it, but it's true. I suppose I'm hardly in position to refuse help. Welcome to the operation, Clive. Great, that settles it then. I think I heard your name earlier. Cassiopeia, was it? Who exactly are you? Team Star and I share some history. That's all I'll say for now. I see, in that case, I won't press you further.